Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching and contributing to the show. Every day I read something about a comedian or a comedy producer that supports censorship. Fuck these people, Patton Oswalt. Comedy is meant to be uncensored. Nothing is off limits, and if the truth hurts your feelings, then too bad. Change the station. Don't tell anyone else what they can or can't say. That's why I created this show, a place to find unfiltered and brutally honest comedy. And since the media running libs would never put this show out there, we did it ourselves. Me and my team, along with your support and contributions. To that end, please consider contributing to the show to keep us going. You can either click the link below this video, or on my website on the top at nickdip.com. You fuel the show, and I appreciate all your generosity. We can't do it without you.
Oh, come the dark and high.
How are you, folks? Welcome to the Filthy Show on a dirty Thursday, last day of the week, quick week. Sorry about that, but I went to a fucking wedding. Not my fault. Good to be with you. Right here on our stage, a great friend of mine from the Garden City area. By the way, that's where we do the show from in Georgia, and it's a very industrial town. And I'm not making this up. There's a paper mill somewhere, and the minute you hit the border, it says Garden City. It's like you got a piece of shit on your upper lip. It's just fucking. And then there's other smells like decaying. Civil war soldiers and tires, and it's a fucking. It's got the most bizarre. Anyways, it's been a great home. I found this joint on the internet. Minute I saw the building, I didn't even see the inside. I said, she's a tiger. She for me. You like kids? Kids. I guess if there's a nurse. What a cunt. All righty. Real quick, another day in America means another mass shooting, don't it?
Did you want to do your videos first?
Oh, for the love of God, I really don't know what I'm doing today. No, let me do this first. Okay. Does it matter? It doesn't fuck you up, right? All right. Let's do this first, and then at least that'll be a little palate cleanser, because the show's kind of heavy today. Yeah, I couldn't, find any light shit because I'm not a light guy. I'm half colored. I'll get to the mass shooting in a second, but Patton Oswalt, I don't know, what was the name of the publication?
I don't remember, but yeah, he was
Biz something.
Biz some bullshit.
Biz whatever, but he was on Al Franken's podcast, talking about how the comedy clubs, the comedians back in the day when he was in it and I was, they were doing ironic stuff about racism, whatever. And he says that was the breeding ground and blah, 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 once again. And it just infuriated me the way. Can I just say this? I like Patton Oswalt, all right? I don't like his politics. I'm sure he hates mine. I don't even know if he likes me personally. But I like, he's a funny comic. He's a good writer and shit. But when it comes to the issue of race, if you're that far left, stay out of it. Because you brought us to this point. Your politics and Al Franken's and guys like that actually hurt my career by labeling me and guys like me alt-right or something I'm not. So that's why I had to speak up. Sorry for calling you a fucking garden gnome. Because I'm sure he knew it was going to trigger somebody like me. Because I don't dislike him personally, but he's never really given me a reason to like him. But, I like his comedy, and I felt bad when his wife passed away. But again, so I tweeted after reading that article, you know, I got a little emotional garden. But who, again, I'll ask again, who makes you the arbiter of morality? Because that's where that argument starts. When you argue with a liberal about race, they literally think they're a better person than you. That's where they start. They don't say it, but it's implied. And so as far as irony goes, I said, I didn't say this in the tweet, but I said, well, what I said in the tweet was irony. How about a stand-up comic being for censorship or against free speech? There's your fucking irony, which is it's ridiculous. And as far as irony goes, that's the favorite tool of the cowardly comic when they're doing race jokes. It's called distant irony. They're being so ironic that you can, like Colbert perfected it on The Daily Show and Stewart, and I can't describe it, but they're being so ironic, it's hard to even pick up what they're, you know what I'm saying? And I know people are going to go, well, when you do racial jokes, you're not being ironic, so you're being racist. Well, under your definition, I'm being racist of what racist is, but I'm not. I'm actually making a clever point. I don't do Lisa Lampanelli shit where it's just, you know, stereotype after stereotype. So, again, distant irony is a pussy way of doing race jokes.
Yeah, but you just call it how you see it.
Yeah, I call it how I see it, which is what a comic's job is. Call it the way you see it. I guess he's calling it the way he sees it, but he's making a judgment when he does that. You know what I mean? I'm not... And that type of mentality has hurt a lot of guys like me. So, but never going to fucking change. But anyways, you're not a garden gnome. And I'm not a racist. Can we agree on that? He also said, well, if you listen to the whole podcast, why would I listen to a podcast with Al Franken and I know what you're saying. Well, that's how. Well, I'm sure Patton Oswalt would listen to a podcast. Let's say if Tucker Carlson was doing it with Sean Hannity, I'm sure he'd sit in every day. That's what I love of people who hate Fox. You know, oh, Tucker Carlson. Why do you watch him? Well, sometimes. No, you don't. You read about him and you read quotes from him. You don't fucking watch him. At least when I say I don't watch CNN, I can back it up because they have 11 people watching. And they've been caught in so many giant lies that it makes sense. You can't call the Fox out on that shit. Some of it you can maybe, but not really. All right, enough of that fucking horse shit. The show over yet? Weekend here? Where was I going next? The shooter. Another mass shooting. Get this, by a black guy. Unusual. People say that's unusual. Mass shooters are usually young white kids. Not really. Again, let me educate you. The definition of a mass shooting is 4 or more, excluding the shooter. So that happens almost every black city, black section, I should say. Philly on the weekend, Chicago, New Orleans. So you actually have as many mass shooters, if not more, than white people. So I don't mean to. But I mean, when a real, you know. Anyhow, I'd like to start the show light, but I can't. People are killing each other at an amazing rate. This is fucking... I'll read this off the paper, okay? It came fresh off the wire last night. A deranged gunman with a rifle and a handgun who killed 4 people at an Oklahoma medical building targeted a doctor who previously operated on him and anyone who got in his way, is what he... The gunman, identified as Michael Lewis, black fella, opened fire at 5 p.m. Wednesday at an orthopedic office on the 2nd floor of the Natalie Medical Building at St. Francis Hospital in Tulsa, Police Chief Wendell Franklin told reporters. Lewis went to the hospital on May 19th for back surgery, which was performed by Dr. Preston Phillips. Lewis was, well, he doesn't look crazy. That's a good thing. Lewis was later released on May 24th. Lewis then called several times to complain of pain and sought additional treatment. That, well, see, you know, after a couple of days of major surgery, you got to have some pain, nitwit. He then saw Phillips, the doctor, on May 31st and called the doctor's office again on Wednesday seeking additional help. So he's cuckoo. Hello? Hang up on the motherfucker. A webpage on St. Francis website identified Phillips as a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in spinal surgery and joint reconstruction. Black doctor, by the way. Just thought I'd throw a plug out there. I don't know what that means. I'm going to a black dentist 5 minutes from now, so how dare I say that? Earlier Wednesday, Lewis legally bought a semi-automatic AR-15 style rifle from a local gun store. Do you hear that? Legally. And purchased a semi-automatic handgun. So all your stupid new rules wouldn't have worked either. On May 29th, from a local pawn shop, cops recovered dozens of spent shell casings from the shooting scene, as well as a letter penned by Lewis that made it clear he intended to kill Dr. Phillips and anyone who got in his way.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
He said the operation left him ailing. He blamed Dr. Phillips for the ongoing pain following the surgery. In addition to Phillips, Franklin identified Wednesday's shooting victims as Dr. Stephan. Don't call the shooter a victim. Don't call him a victim. It's an insult to the people who died, innocent people. Dr. Stephanie J. Hoosen, Amanda Green, and William Love. Cops arrived at the hospital campus about 3 minutes after the dispatches were called for an active shooter. Made contact with a gunman at 5:01. They heard shooting from the second floor. That's why I went to the second floor. Right now, we have 4 civilians that are dead. We have 1 shooter that is dead. Right now, we believe that is a self-inflicted gunshot. The shooting scene was fairly limited to the building's second floor. And adding the detectives were interviewing witnesses late yesterday to get to the fucking bottom of this.
I'm gonna find out what the hell happened here.
I'll tell you what happened here. Crazy motherfucker. Couldn't believe he had pain 4 days after major back surgery. Good reason to take somebody's life, but I'm sure he would have done it for another reason anyways, down the line. If it wasn't this, he would have got the wrong sauce for his McNuggets and taken out whatever. So, and once again, we'll see I'm so goddamn cynical. I don't trust the government. It's just weird all this is happening now, which is going to bring up gun issues, which is the only thing they have left to argue.
Leading up to midterms.
Yes, that's my point. Exactly. That's all they got. They got nothing left. He's butchered the economy. He's ruined everything. I mean, he almost got us into a fucking war with Russia. Then he's talking about banning 9mm guns. Every time he opens his fucking mouth, they have to clean up the aisle. He's fucked up. He's been the worst, lowest ratings in history, I heard. He's been the worst fucking president. And there's nothing for them to run on. Except, I can't prove this, but the timing is very odd. I'll just leave it at that. There'll be more before the midterms. Let me just put it that way. And, they're talking about coming after your guns. I dare you. Because I just moved down south 3 years ago. They take their guns very serious. Like I said, it's a culture down here. Like, you go into a pro bass shop, you see whole families in the gun aisle and shit, Not one of them probably ever fucking killed a person. It's like up north where I grew up, you go into a sporting goods store, and it's a family shopping for hockey equipment. It's fucking great. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think they should include guns on the rink in hockey. Mix the two nice. Somebody gives you a butt in the mouth. Just put one in his ass. 5 minutes. That's all. 5-minute penalty. All right. Let's move on. Real quick, I mentioned yesterday when I went to their wedding over the weekend that we stayed in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, which is Dolly Parton's hometown, and my wife dragged me to some Dolly Parton's horse show dinner / eat corn on the cob while Palomino's shit thing. And it was very wholesome, and look, I'm scared shit of horses, so I'm very impressed. You see a girl out there, literally about 5'5", about 110 pounds, standing on 2 horses each foot and jumping through fire rings, and horses are big and dumb to me. I'm very scared of them. I sat on one once, I go, get me out of here. And I wasn't talking to the horse. So anyway, she brought me to this thing, very wholesome entertainment, and she filmed me watching, I think the first clip she caught me actually enjoying the pig race. Is a pig race for little pigs, and they have like ragamuffin, they tie little, fucking fake monkeys on the pigs or whatever the Watch. Wait, those are miniature horses. Those are miniature horses. These weren't even pigs. Those are little horses. I thought they were pigs. City boy going with Dolly Parton. I think they did have a pig race too. I confused my races, but that was me. She caught me almost enjoying it. You see, I was pointing, but then I looked like an old guy. I went, oh. And then the only part I did enjoy, and this was an hour and a half long. And by the way, that guy in the middle was tremendous. He controlled the whole. He had a script that was fucking an hour and a half long. I don't know how he didn't miss a word. But I hate square dancing and anything. You know what I'm saying? I'll dirty dance because I'm hip. But boy, this is a legitimate look. My wife caught me enjoying this. Go ahead. Can you imagine me sitting there?
That reminds me of the Christmas show we all went to at the Savannah Theater.
Yes. Yes, we bolted at halftime.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. A real cornball. Again, I don't go to those things. And you wouldn't either. When you're a straight male, the only way you're going to go to something like that is if your girlfriend or wife drags you by the balls. I don't even watch stand-up comedy, for Christ's sake, unless it's Norm Macdonald or Colin or Tell. But anyhow, a great time was had by all. Went back to the hotel and listened to a redneck couple fucking their kids. It was, anyways, speaking of fucking.
Make me a sandwich. Make me a fucking sandwich.
In our Shut Up and Make Me a Sandwich segment tonight, Depp defamed, jury says. Johnny Depp won all 3 counts of his bombshell defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard. And very excited. Wednesday, I'm burping, a Virginia jury substantiated the claim that his ex-wife sullied his reputation and damaged his career. I guess his reputation wasn't sullied when he threatened to shoot Trump. Remember that? But I got to be honest, I didn't really have an opinion on Johnny Depp because I'm a girl. I don't want to fuck him or didn't want him when he was good. Whatever. But after watching a little of this, it made me like him. And reading some of his quotes makes me, he's just a nutcase, but he's got a sense of humor and he can play a guitar. Sullied his reputation and damaged his career when she wrote about becoming a public figure representing domestic abuse following the couple's split. The panel of 7 in Fairfax decided to award the Pirates of the Caribbean star, or Caribbean, I like Caribbean, $10.35 million in damages after deliberating for about 13 hours. Here is the verdict coming down right here.
In civil case number CL 2019-2911, Mr. Depp's claim against Ms. Heard. 1. As to the statement appearing in the online op-ed entitled, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition, quote, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, end quote.
These are all quotes.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false?
They took each statement
yes.
out of the op-ed.
Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question. The
She knows right
defamatory
there.
implication
You
was
know.
designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes.
Amber.
Question.
Amber,
Due
I
to
like you.
circumstances surrounding the publication of this statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication
All right, get to the end. I
to
didn't mean
someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp.
I don't know how to edit.
Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven, by clear and convincing evidence,
Here we go.
that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
You fucking whore. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial is out of order.
There she is
You're
taking
out of order.
taking a grumpy. It hurts. The disappointment, she said after the verdict, that Amber Heard said, the disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I am heartbroken that the hashtag #MeTooWhores trick didn't work, is what she should say, is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband, Heard said in a statement after the verdict. And let me tell you something, boy. Depp, 58 years old, had sued Heard for $50 million over her 2018 Washington Post essay in which she wrote about facing our culture's wrath for speaking out against a powerful man, a warning that seemingly became more prescient with the jury's decision. In her statement, Heard called the verdict a setback for other women, saying it sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed. How about lied? Throw that in there. And humiliated. Well, your movies do that. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. Will you fucking stop with it?
The idea.
You know, in the thing, it came up in the trial that, you know, she was accusing him of hitting her all the time, right? And she had pictures of black, and it didn't coordinate, like when she had the black. The only time I stuck my head in, it looked like she was winning. There was some really bad shit coming out. But then, you know, I heard everybody going, oh my God, she's such a liar. But she also, it came up that she actually hit him, and they had a camera. Johnny caught it in his kitchen of her actually hitting him. We have the footage exclusively here.
Was you? How dare you pretend to be my cousin Basil? I'll teach you a thing or two. You wolf! Don't you dare strike me! Taking advantage of a poor, weak, helpless woman!
It's Johnny's hair. He looks a little ragged there, right after a bender. Tell me that's not Johnny's hair. That's why we had to. Anyways, good for you, Johnny. I wasn't a huge fan, but somebody stood up to the bullshit. How about the Washington Post? You going to apologize to Johnny? Yeah, no, because nothing's going to happen to the Post. They just throw that shit out there in the name of, you know, lefty cause. Bezos, piece of fucking garbage. Let's move on. Speaking of garbage, Joe Biden. Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun ban in your hand? What? Killer gun! Ah, my throat. I still have AIDS. I got the Chinese AIDS. The White House said Tuesday that President Biden does not support a Canada-style ban on handgun sales in the wake of a pair of mass shootings last month. The latest example of administration members having to clear up their boss's remarks because, you know. Oh, you're a dumb bum. Anyways, here he is holding a harmonica and a gun, trying to figure out which one to put in his mouth. I go with the gun. Now, listen, here he is talking about, is this the 9mm he's talking? Yeah.
No, this is the press secretary for.
Oh, the press secretary. How about this broad? She can't talk to the press unless she's reading off cards. Another downgrade. Go ahead.
Has made his position clear. The United States needs to act, as I just laid out. He supports a ban on sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines and expanded background checks to keep guns out of the dangerous hands.
On the right, she's
He does not
taunting me.
support a ban on the sale of all handguns, to answer your question.
Yeah.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
Anyways, she was responding to a Fox News Peter Doocy, who had asked Canada is making it impossible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in that country. Would President Biden ever consider a similar restriction on handguns here? One day earlier, dummy Joe Biden appeared to suggest there should be restrictions on the 9mm pistol. That's a small bullet, by the way. The most popular handgun in the United States. Here he is talking about that, and it refutes everything she just said, really. But again, there's nobody here in his ear telling him what to say. He's not reading a teleprompter. Oh no, he's loose. What's he got to say?
He said a .22 caliber bullet will lodge in the lung, and we can probably get it out, may be able to get it and save the life. A 9mm bullet blows the lung out of the body. So the idea of these high caliber weapons is there's simply no rational basis for it in terms of about self-protection, hunting. I mean, and remember, the Constitution, the Second Amendment, was never absolute.
You need to shut the fuck up.
The Second Amendment is not absolute. Well, I guess all the other ones aren't either.
Nor does a ballpoint 9mm, which is what everyone uses, blow a fucking lung out of the body.
I know.
They barely have stopping power.
Exactly. Out of all the fucking ones he could have picked, even I'm not a gun expert. I went, what the fuck? I got one in the ass the other day. I mean, my wife was pissed. Something about
that wasn't a bullet.
Yeah, no, it was. Something about not loading the dishwasher right. So, what a nitwit. And then they have to come out and go, that's not what he meant. And he gets pissed at them. This is priceless. Any gun reform legislation faces a steep climb to pass in Congress, particularly in the evenly split Senate. Last week, Senate Minority Leader Mitch the Human Owl McConnell, seen here getting a blowjob, that's him coming, said Republicans are open to reforms that directly address the facts of the mass shooting in Texas. He's got to go.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Which authorities say was committed by an 18-year-old Salvador Ramos with a legally purchased AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle. Biden vowed to meet with Congress on potential legislation on Tuesday. Why is this cocksucker still in power? Ugh. Don't like him. Part of the problem. Career politician.
No!
In our FLA segment tonight, a Florida man posted images of himself suggesting he was heavily armed and headed to the nearest school, according to authorities, over the weekend. It's not even on here. Anyways, over the weekend, Corey Anderson, 18, was arrested Sunday at a home in Lutz after authorities received a tip early in the day that he had made the online threat while posting photos of himself with what appeared to be a rifle, handgun, and tactical-style vest, according to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. The photo was accompanied by a caption that read, "Hey Siri, directions to the nearest school." Authorities, oh, that's hilarious. Days after 19 kids were slaughtered. A subsequent investigation determined that the handgun and rifle were airsoft guns which shoot pellets rather than bullets. So I guess that made it all right in his mind, just fucking around. I'm surprised they even make them look like, huh? This type of threat is unacceptable, Sheriff Chad Chronister said in a statement Sunday. This man intentionally instilled fear into our community as a sick joke. But be warned, this is no laughing matter. Deputies will pursue anyone who makes school-based threats, Chronister said, and I believe him. Protecting students is our greatest priority, the sheriff said. We take school threats very seriously. If you see something suspicious, please contact us immediately. I saw a second grade teacher not talking about gay people to his class. That's suspicious. Anderson of Lutz was charged with threatening to conduct a mass shooting or act of terrorism. His bond was set at $7,500. Seems low to me. Anderson was no longer listed as in custody early Monday. He was seen purchasing a gun at Walmart. No, I don't know. Jail records show. That haircut just says, I don't know, I'm a fan of Hitler. Right? That's a Hitler do. Sprachen Sie draußen, draußen. I'm doing a Hitler joke. 2 Jews walk into an oven. Oh, Jesus. The anti-Semitic comic. Anyhow, you're a crumb creep. How? How in God's name? You can leave this part. Sorry, I'm making a mess of this. Next story, hands in the air and spread them. Yes. A Georgia sheriff's deputy, get this, has been arrested for raping a woman while on duty. That's not the first time things like this, but this is this twist on this one. While on duty, authorities said Wednesday, Walker County Deputy Jerry Glover, 81, I'll repeat that. This is why Viagra is dangerous in the wrong hands. 81 was taken into custody Tuesday. Can you imagine? 81 he's raping on charges of rape, violation of oath of office, and false imprisonment, the GBI, that's a Bureau of Investigation, announced. What does that tell you about guys, though, even at 81? I told you, my dad, when he was dying of Alzheimer's, he could hardly speak. Had lost about everything. But a young nurse would come in and leave, and he looks at my mother and goes, nice. That part of the man's brain, you can't kill it. Even with Alzheimer's. I fucking... Now, are we supposed to believe that he didn't do when he was younger, didn't pull shit like this, maybe just didn't get caught? I mean, I don't think he just became a rapist at 81. I don't know. It could be wrong. You could tell he was a handsome guy. I mean, you know what I mean? That looks pretty good for 81, actually. I'm about 2 cups of coffee away from it. Still working. Yeah, and he's still working. Kinda. The investigation revealed that Glover had sex with a woman without her consent while on duty and in uniform. Well, girls love uniforms. Matter of fact, he was asking for it the way he was dressed. GBI officials said in a statement, this investigation is active and ongoing.
You're raping me! This is rape!
No, I'm not! Cut it out! I'm just grabbing your tits here, Missy. The alleged attack occurred last month, a GBI spokesman told the Post. She said she had no additional information to provide. Glover, who worked as a court officer, allegedly pulled up to the victim's home and forced her to have sex inside the residence before returning to service. He went back to work. This guy's very old school. Unbelievable. What a scumbag.
You're a real crumb bum.
Glover of Rock Spring was fired from his post on Friday, the Chattanoogan reported. The accused deputy was denied bond during a court appearance early Wednesday and is set to return on June 9th for a bond hearing.
You're a loser. You'll always be a loser.
Nice way to go out, dying in a cell. Maybe he had a horrible wife. Let's move on to the show, shall we? Yes, Marine Corps celebrates a gay pride with rainbow bullets. I couldn't even make up. I was so angry. Rainbow bullets. Let's take a look at. We got a video again. Did I say Marines?
Yes.
Do you guys see what's going on? The deballing. This is all. Just remember, every day when you read something and you get outraged or shocked, it's all a script. This is what we're doing next. They've already emasculated America. Fucking men. We have periods now. We can get pregnant and all that. Whatever. This is part of it, folks. Again, why they use this? Well, I guess it works. Let's take a look at this. Now, this is the Marines putting out a thing bragging that they're celebrating cocksucking and pussy lapping, which is good. I don't like that song, so I'm going to do this.
We raise the progress flag today as a signal to people everywhere that the United States is firmly committed to fighting for LGBTQI plus people at home
I suck cock, and I love it. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Meanwhile, you look at like Russian when they do promoting their military. It's like a young guy getting out of bed at 5 a.m. doing like 100 pull-ups. Fucking ripped. Although apparently Ukrainians even have better soldiers. Throughout June, the USMC, my dad will be proud of this, I'll tell you, takes hashtag pride in recognizing and honoring the contributions of our LGBTQ service members, like we haven't been for the last fucking 20 years. They rip a page out of the civil rights book of black people. They're following that. We've been victimized and oppressed. Shut the fuck up. Paul Lynn was making millions in the 70s. Oh, God help me. Look at those bullets. We remain committed to fostering. By the way, I don't want to get shot and by all those bullets end up looking like when I'm in the morgue like the Partridge Family bus. We remain committed to fostering an environment free from discrimination and defend the values treating all equally. We know all this. Shut the fuck up. You guys have done so much to bring homophobia on. Checking my teeth out. I'm going to go to the dentist and open my coffee mouth. They're going to be like, treating all equally with dignity, respect, blah, blah, hashtag I suck cock, yum, yum. The few, the proud. The few, the proud, the ass-bleeding woke. State Department joins the show. On June 25th, the department flew the progress flag for the first time over Washington, D.C. headquarters. Terrific.
Please give me
I will not. The United States is firmly committed to fighting. Are you listening to this? LGBTQI plus. People at home and everywhere. Department of State, June 1st. June is hashtag Pride Month. For over 50 years, people around the world have come together to celebrate, promote, and fight for the human rights. So let's take a break. Let's take a few years off. Could you, please?
Your son looks like a
Department proudly supports LGBT, I can't even say it anymore, around the department. Fucking get out of here. Get out. I'm just so tired. They're acting like they get no publicity. Here's a story. Related, kinda. Virginia is for lovers of trans. A chorus of furious parents rallied at a Virginia school last night in protest over proposed changes to rules that include punishing children for maliciously misgendering their trans classmates if they accidentally refer to them by their old names.
It's just so ridiculous.
So glad I didn't. Well, again, I keep thinking my kids will be young. They don't be fucking. The Fairfax County School Board is still deliberating whether or not to implement, I dare you to, the punishments for kids at Luther Jackson Middle School in Falls Church, Virginia.
Middle school.
Emphasis middle. They don't even have hair on their pencils, these kids. It would make death naming. Oh, they put a funny little label on it so we can hear this. Death naming, the act of referring to a little dramatic, isn't it? Oh, dramatic. Of referring to a trans person with the name they used before they transitioned, a suspendable offense.
Kiss my ass.
The board is also deliberating mixing boys and girls in sex education classes because we want to have them fucking by the fourth grade. Parents say it's too much, too young, and that some of the materials they are being shown are pornographic. To opt in or out of the mixed gender sex education classes. Why should it even exist at all? That's absolutely key, especially when they're expanding upon information that students are hearing at school, but you would never even dream of mentioning as an adult in a working environment, which is such a great point. Some of the things that kids are being told in school or even literature that they're receiving in school is if you sold it on the street, or you had it on the street, you'd be criminalized for it, said parent Elizabeth McCauley. She really got up on it. She don't like it.
Fucking quit!
Take it easy, Liz. Take it easy. The Fairfax County School Board has 12 members, 10 of which are women, if you want to call those women. Look at this cast of losers. They make The View look like Miss America content. Look at these. I'd say one of them might have had dick. And that's the guy in the middle. Look at the rest of these fucking heifers. It's so obvious where the politics come from. You got the Muslim, then you got Shaka Khan on the left. The Fairfax County School Board has 12 members, 10 of which are women. The school board has pushed its vote on punishing kids for dead naming until June. They're going to keep it alive till June. Well, that's just terrific. I'm so happy for you. I'm telling you. Have you had enough, folks? Have you had enough? I'll say it again. The far right, back in the day, was always called homophobic in the 50s, and, Catholics and whatever the fuck, because they used to say, they'll come for our children eventually. Sorry. And how do you celebrate, like the Marine, how do you celebrate your sexuality, something you had nothing to do with, unless you rebuilt yourself, like the Bionic Man? How do you celebrate being gay? You were born that way. Why should you celebrate that? And if you do, Jesus should be on the float. Look what I did. That's enough for the week, ladies and gentlemen, right? That's enough.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, fuck you. All righty then. That's it for the week. Again, I thank you for joining us. Please sign up at thecomicsgym.com. This is all about free speech, folks. And we need shows like this. Comicsgym.com. Patreon.com. Sign up monthly. You'll love it. People listen to this in the car. They watch it at night while they're humping. It's terrific. Can I just say this? Okay, patreon.com. NickDip.com if you want to buy something. Click on them. And Cameo.com if you want me to roast a friend or relative. Go to Cameo.com. Click on my profile. It'll tell you how to do it. I'll make a little recording on my phone. We'll send it to the person for his birthday. We can be nice, say happy birthday, or we can do a little roast on a friend of yours who needs a verbal takedown. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun. The funniest thing I ever saw was a picture of me. Not a picture of me. I'm looking at porn. This is true. It's a girl blowing this guy, and the TV in the background, I'm on the TV. True TV, dumbest criminal. You see, I was in a porn. That's the closest I've come to a threesome. I almost fainted. And there was another guy, Joe Bolster, funny guy from New York. When I first moved there, he was pretty well established. But it was going around. Some comic was watching a porn, and his headshot was on the wall where they were shooting the porn in the scene. I love it. That's it again. You guys thinking I'll say it? You're very welcome. We'll see you back here on Monday, right? All right. Have a great weekend.